Hey, everybody, it's Will Stuyvesant with CEO Energy. I just wanted to tell all of you that are on this call and that are coming onto this call that I just want to thank you for taking the time to be on our call today. That we have found that most of the agents that are consistently on these calls have more production in, which equals sales, which equals checks coming into their pockets. So I just, again, want to thank you for taking time out of your day to be on this call. We value your time as CEO. In addition to that, I want to go over, which I just want to consistently go over, is the fact that we now have portals through Direct Energy that make signing a customer up very easy for both business and residential. And all of our residential customers that we bring in, if you submit a deal today, you get paid on it on next month's check. So we're finding fast payout with that. In addition to that, those of you that are either in Nathan Matlich's team or on my team, we do team discussion calls, and anybody's welcome to this, team discussion calls Monday and Tuesday night at 9 o'clock on this phone line and same access ID. So if any of you want to get additional training, I would jump onto one of those calls. The calls are a little bit less formal and are more interactive than our corporate calls. So if you'd like to be on those, go ahead and do that. And just let me just get right into a few things. You know, I ask myself all the time, why would somebody get involved in CEO? And the first thing, and I say this all the time, is the fact that there's absolutely no investment to get involved with us. The other thing, too, is we offer a residual income that comes from services that people are unconsciously purchasing. And because of that, it makes our business recession-proof. In addition to that, we help people who are unknowingly and unnecessarily paying too much for their utility costs. And my favorite part of CEO is there's absolutely no cap on our income, there's no cap on our promotions, and we ultimately have no boss. And if you work the CEO system, you have the ability to be in the top positions within the company and be able to go out and make whatever money you want to make. In addition to that, we get paid multiple ways we get paid multiple ways throughout CEO, depending on what product or services, some on a residual basis, some on an upfront basis. And another scenario we like to cover, too, is if you want to make an extra $500 a month, it's really not that hard to do at the senior consultant level. So we go over, go get your 5 for 50 or 5 for 75, get the senior consultant. But at $500 a month, that's a pretty good gig, because in order to get that in some type of investment account earning 5%, you have to have about $120,000 saved up. So $500 a month with CEO at the senior level is not that hard to do. So get with your regional or national director, figure out how to get to senior. In addition to that, if you are brand new, we recommend that you get your first 5 customers as soon as possible. 1 can be yourself. The other 4, we recommend going to people that you know, that you care about, mother, father, brother, sister, best friends, whatever, just to get your experience with CEO. And when you do that, you'll be able to, you're going to get a check for 1, and 2, you're going to get points towards that senior promotion I was just telling you about. In addition to that, in the back office, right above our leaderboard, there's a big blue button that says Basic Training. If you click on that, there's a 26-page PowerPoint presentation that takes about 10 to 15 minutes to go through, and that'll give you an overview of just about everything that we offer at CEO. In addition to that, we like to cover our leaderboard on these weekly calls. So on our natural gas leaderboard, we have number 10, Dave Besser, number 8, Lisa Cornell, number 7, Jerry Rule, number 6, Chaptai Cohen, number 5, Will Stuyvesant, number 4, Mark Milstein, number 3, Michael Feil, number 2, Gary Hosbeck, and number 1, Bob Zabit. On our electricity leaderboard, we've got number 9, Chaptai Cohen, number 8, Annie Serpa, number 7, Megla C, number 6, Tom Z, number 5, Dave Besser, number 4, Eli A, number 3, Stephen B, number 2, Mark Milstein, and number 1, Noisy Radical Universe. On our telecom side, we've got Nathan Matlich, and on our team additions, we've got number 4, Chaptai Cohen, Tied for number 3, Libby Elliott and Bobby Hill. Tied for number 2, Will Stuyvesant and Stephen Bead. And number 1, Chosen Few Marketing and Sam Callan. So congratulations to all of you that are on the leaderboard. Those that make it on that board are ones that typically have checks that follow right after that. So it's about 1 o'clock right now, and I wanted to get started with this. And I'm sorry, I just received something. So anyway, guys, I wanted to just discuss with you, which I think is very important, you know, why do you want to find somebody's why in CEO? And the reason why I say that is if you are able to find out somebody's why, it's very easy to help them become successful in CEO. And one of the things, you know, for me personally, you know, I really would not be anything without getting to know and building the relationships with the team I have. I mean, when I think of somebody like Libby Elliott, she's been done just wonders with CEO. She's so fun to be around. She's in CEO to build an income to help fund her 401k. I've got, you know, Lisa Cornell. She's a senior consultant. She is just tenacious. She's persistent. And, I mean, ultimately, she wants to be able to retire her husband by her income with CEO. I got Malcolm O'Brien out on the East Coast that's leading the way in developing a team out there. And, I mean, he said, well, if I could just get a residual income coming in so I can travel to Europe and not worry about not having money coming into my checking account, that'd be great. I've got Bob Zebik, who's my elephant hunter in my organization. I mean, he just loves the art of the deal, I think, and being able to go after really big commercial accounts. And, I mean, so when you find that why, you can find out what those hot buttons are, or those reasons to help your agents or your team, you know, move forward. In addition to that, you know, when you're sitting down and talking to somebody about CEO, you know, we've got great services and products that we can offer somebody, but the reality of that is that if you can help them find whatever dollar amount they need to accomplish whatever they want to accomplish, it's much easier to go through and help them get that. Now, I can say this, and I told Nathan this yesterday, is now that we have this Nest thermostat opportunity where we can offer these thermostats, these smart thermostats, essentially at no cost to the client. It's kind of like, I remember when I first got in CEO, it's like I started in CEO all over again. And what I've been finding personally, as I've discussed the Nest with multiple people and helped sign them up and get their free Nest thermostat, is that most people are aware of it already. And the more that I am getting in the field and getting sales and recruiting people that are getting sales, is that this Nest thermostat deal, people are going to buy it or look at getting one with or without us. And it's either we jump on the train and get to them first, or they're going to buy one on their own. So really it comes down to how many people can you talk to every single day about it. It's a great door opener. Any of your existing clients that don't have one, you might want to consider talking to them. It's fun, and quite frankly, if you really think about it, most people, especially in this country, like being involved in a trend. I mean, I remember when we went from flip phones, and then it was BlackBerries, and then it went from BlackBerries to smartphones. I mean, people like being a part of a trend, and what better way to help them get part of that trend than get something at no cost? So that's a why to get customers is these smart thermostats. So one of the things that I would challenge all of you to do is go out there, either talk to your existing base or somebody new. Everybody that I have talked to has got a friend or has heard about these Nests. Now, the problem is most people aren't willing to spend the $250 to go get one. But if you can get them one lock them into a fixed rate, even if it's higher than what they're paying with their public utility or their existing supplier? Why not help them out? Why not go out and help reduce their usage and then help control their cost with a fix? And I will say this, for me, where I think I can do the most help for most people is get as many people on my team as possible and help everybody on my team get as many people on their team as possible, because we could create, right now I would say that we're developing like an F1 tornado or an F1 hurricane. I can't imagine the effect we could have with a massive organization that's getting thousands of customers for direct energy with Nest thermostats. I mean, there's no competition for it. You just go out there and go out and get after it. And people that are selling these programs are going to get checked immediately. I mean, and so the question you need to ask yourself is do you want to be part of that hurricane or tornado? And it is possible, and I really believe this, and Nate brought up a good point last week, that it's very possible for somebody to get involved today and make more money than Nate and I are making on a monthly basis right now, much faster. What took us years to build, somebody could do in a matter of months or a year with CEO. And I think that that's just absolutely amazing that after 5 years being in business, that by their 6th year, we are offering an opportunity that's far better than what we had when we initially started. And I'll never forget, I was at a party for a political fundraiser, and I ran into someone who was a friend of a friend, acquaintance. We had some discussions. We both played the piano. His name's John Bernard. He's the guy that brought me in the business. And he said, Will, can you imagine making money off of all of the meters in this subdivision? And to be honest with you guys, my mind was just running with numbers. Like, man, I didn't even know how much we made in an account at that time. But I can tell you this, that we make a heck of a lot more money now with the direct energy portals than we did back then when I first got involved in CEO. So I just want to tell you guys, there's never been a better time to be in CEO. There's never been a better time to build a team with CEO. There's never been a time to go out there and go after a residential market than now. And there's never been a better time, really, to have huge organizations of people. I mean, everything that's been going on with the Nest, everything that's been going on with direct energy has reestablished, reaffirmed everything that we've already been doing with CEO, but a little bit more. And those that go out there and build a huge team, build a huge income, are the ones that are going to do really well here. And the greatest thing about this, and what I love about the Nest, what I love about what's going on CEO, is it's fun. It's fun to talk to somebody about some new gadget. It's fun to talk to somebody that can offer that new gadget to multiple people and bring on a team of agents that have this new gadget that's at no cost to them. I mean, I mean, all of you that are on this call, can you imagine what it'd be like not to have any debt at all, including a mortgage payment? I mean, can you imagine what it'd be like to get paid on thousands of accounts because you built a team? Can you imagine what it'd be like to have an extra 25, 30 grand in a savings account, or an extra $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in a retirement account? Can you imagine matching, if you're on Social Security right now, can you imagine matching, doubling, tripling, or quadrupling what you're making right now in Social Security? All of that is possible here. It's just a decision. A decision has to be made that you're just going to do it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's not. There's no magic science. There's no magic way of doing anything here. And when you find somebody's why, they'll find the how. And I read a great book this weekend. It's called Real Leadership by John Addison, and there was a line in there that absolutely just hit me right between the nose, and it was, feed your dreams and starve your nightmares. And if you create the daily habits that push towards that, you're going to find it's very easy to help find somebody's why with CEO. So with that being said, 10, 15 minutes into it, I kind of wanted to leave things open because we have introduced so many new things in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, between added compensation, the new Nest thermostat, that I kind of wanted to leave it open for discussion. Personally, I just helped somebody with a Nest program this morning. I helped 5 others yesterday, brought on a new agent who signed up their own house with a Nest yesterday. This thing's been going like gangbusters. In fact, when I get off the phone today, I got to go get another bill. They already said yes. I just got to get the bill. So it has not been a hard sale, if you will, quote unquote. People want them, and it's just a matter of you getting it for them. So with that being said, I'm going to unmute the line.
Will Stuyvesant.
Hey, Fred.
Hello, Will. First of all, my apologies. I meant to get it a little earlier. I know you didn't expect me to be on the call here today, but I wanted to give you a shout-out from the company, not just myself, but all the leaders of CEO. Congratulations. And as I was listening to you go through the leaderboard and the number ones and the top positions, I was thinking of you. I mean, we have a lot of great leaders in the company, but today is the day, your day, I was thinking about you in those positions because you just recently promoted to the top level of the corporation. So I want to say congratulations to you for being promoted to National Director. If you're out there on the line, clap for Will today. So on behalf of myself and everybody else at CEO, including Tom, Will, all I can say is you are the embodiment of a great agent, a great leader. I was thinking today of a few things I wanted to say, and the first thing that popped in my mind, to be honest with you, and I don't know why, was the theory of compound interest. And I thought Will is exactly like compound interest. Every single day you're making something happen. Just this morning we talked about that deal I think you referred to earlier, that big real estate thing, and you're just making stuff happen every day. So it's like compound interest. Over time, it's the eighth miracle or eighth wonder of the world, and it's going to reward you very handsomely. So I'm not going to take any more of the call's time here, but I want to say congratulations to you, Will, on being promoted to National Director.
Well,
congratulations,
thank you,
Will. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Libby. Well, Fred, I appreciate you announcing that. I just want to say this. Anybody on this call can get to National Director. And frankly, I would not have gotten to National Director if it weren't for my team and how awesome they are. I mean, they really are. I'm biased, but I think they're the best team in CEO. They're trendsetters. They're coachable. They've moved with the punches. We've had a lot of transitions this past year, and quite frankly, it took me, I think, 15, 16 months to get here, and I had to start out, as far as my point, just like everybody else in CEO. And now, more than ever, is much easier way, online portals and faster commissions. We didn't have that up until, November of last year. And so all of you guys are able to do it. It's just a matter of just making a decision and doing it, and make it have CEO on your mind everywhere you go, and just see if you can help people out. So with that being said, is there any questions or whatever that we can do to that I can answer for you about all these changes that are going on?
Good afternoon and congratulations. This is Marty Becklenburg in Chicago.
Hey, Marty.
Thank you. We're very happy for you. Will, I wanted to know just if you could briefly review the Nest offer. So it only comes with Direct Energy, is that right?
As far as I know of, yes. They've got at least on electricity, I believe they have exclusive rights. None of our other suppliers have it, if that's your question.
Yes, that was. And also just review very briefly what are the commissions on that?
Okay, for the writing agent, if you sell it with a Nest, it's $10 a utility, and what I mean by that is $10 for either natural gas or electricity.
Right.
If you sell it with a Nest, it's an additional $5.
Okay. Thank you
now,
very much. Yeah.
I think the more important part of it is this. If you build a team and you're a senior director and you're doubling, you're a senior consultant and you're doubling, you're now making $14 a house on every direct agent you have, and I think it's $8 or $9 a house for every 2 levels and below. And then at a regional, it's $20 and $15, and national, I think it's $30 and $25. And so the reason why I'm going over those numbers, guys, is that I'll just use me for example. Me as an individual cannot go out and personally produce forever, and quite frankly, I don't want to. But I can say this: if you build a big enough team, you immediately have multiple more markets, and if you just help them find whatever their why is to go out there and talk to people, then they're going to go make some money, and you're going to make some money. And the great thing about it is they have the exact same opportunity that you do to get promoted within the company. And the great thing I love about this, and I say this in the intro of every single call we have, is somebody doesn't have to get fired or moved in order for you to get promoted in the top positions in this company. When I became a national director, they didn't have to fire Nathan. They didn't have to get rid of him. They didn't have to do any of that for me to get in this spot. And the same thing is for you guys. For you guys to get promoted to national or regional or senior, no one has to leave in order for you to get there. Which you don't, in corporate America, that's different. Somebody has to go for you to get there. Any other questions? Does anybody have any apprehensions, maybe a little fear about how to sell the nest or how to even bring it up in conversation?
Will, this is Marty. Is there any kind of small flyer or something about the nest that you can put in someone's hand?
There's a link.
Something that's outside of our mouths.
Yeah, and I'll suggest this to you. There is a link that Nathan and I have, and I don't have it on me right now, but I'm sure Nathan can get it to you, Marty. And the great thing about that link is it's a third-party endorsement of the nest, and what they recommend is to go out and buy it. Now, what I've been doing is I've been getting that link and sending it to people, say, hey, check this out, and tell me what you think, and what if I could get it for you at no cost.
Thank you. That's great.
So, yeah.
So I'll ask Nathan for the link?
Yeah, he's on the call. He's just muted out.
I'll get you the link, Marty.
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much.
Now, guys, like I said, we're here. A true leader is only good as the people that they're able to serve. And Nathan and I are dedicated, and all the other leaders that we have in the company are dedicated to help you get whatever you guys want to achieve here with CEO. And I would just, a call to action that I would have is just talk to somebody about, it's fun, this nest. I mean, it really is. And talk to somebody about it. One of the things that I have found just in human nature is people are willing, if you ask the right questions, to tell you their whole life story. I mean, I've been very fortunate and frankly blessed to be involved in a lot of different groups, especially in my church, and have been with so many different people of all walks of life. And you get to find out what makes people tick. And I can tell you right now, it's not money. But there are certain things that do make people tick that cost money, and when it really comes down to it, it's freedom of time. And, Nathan brought this up, last night and has brought it up to me. He got involved in CEO and built up a residual income when he was in Illinois so he could move back to his hometown and really have freedom. And one of the greatest testimonies I can say about this company and what it can do for you is Nathan just tore his Achilles tendon skiing in the past month, and he's had to have surgery and all this other stuff. And one fear that he didn't have to go through is that, is my check going to go down because I can't work right now? And that's powerful, guys. I mean, that's just power. Just imagine if you were to build a nice little side business in your time that you wanted to dedicate, whether it's your free time, spare time, or whatever, you built a side income, and something like that happens to you, and you don't have to worry about losing your income from that month from your job because it's covered by your CEO business. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, Will, Nathan here. Just want to add on to that. One of the really neat things is that even though I tore my Achilles tendon, and I've been working from what I call my couch desk, on my laptop and phone. If I was, in construction or the medical field or something where I had to be there, be on my feet in order to make money, I would have been screwed. I would have been in a really tough position just because I have all this physical therapy I'm going to have to do. I'm not able to physically do what I was able to do prior to tearing it. But the neat thing is that just because of all the hard work that I've been putting in and the residual income that I built up, even after I tore my Achilles tendon, I'll be making the largest paychecks that I'll have ever made in my career with Consumer Energy Options. And this is even while I'm hurt. And it even continues to grow just because I have such great people on my team continuing to get out there and make it happen, those sorts of things. So I'm in full agreement, my friend.
But I appreciate that, Nate. And, I just, like I said, that this is one of the simplest. I've been around a lot of things, sales. I mean, for those of you that I don't think you even need to be a salesman to do this, especially with that Nest. I mean, you could just send them that link, say, hey, you interested in getting one of these at no cost? I can get one for you. I mean, the one I got this morning, I posted something on my Facebook page. I took that link and said, man, this is a pretty sweet deal, and what if you could get it for no cost or something along the lines of that? And one of my friends on Facebook's messaged me, and I switched in this morning. I mean, now, do I think that you're going to get a rapid-fire customers doing that? No, I don't. I mean, I got 1,500 friends on Facebook, and I got one message out of it. But I think that you could, once you get it for your own self, get it yourself and install it and take pictures and all of this other stuff, that you got it and that you think it's awesome, I think it'll draw curiosity and interest. I think it's something that you could go out and recruit an army of agents that are going to go out and do the same thing. And, I've got something, I had an idea, and I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not, but I've got a pretty big meeting Friday morning with somebody because of the Nest. And if it goes through, I'm not talking just one person joining the team. I'm talking about 20. And they're going to be they'll be active. They're going to do well with this if they take hold of it. Now, I don't know if it's going to go through. I don't have my heart set on it. But, it's just one person. I mean, we live in a population of 370 million people. I think there's 10 million in Michigan alone. I don't know how many in Illinois. But, I mean, people need to make extra money. I mean, that's just a fact. Whether they admit it or not, they might look good in a nice car, might dress well, hair might be done, might have a nice house. But I can tell you what, if you really got to see the inner workings of their mind and how they're stressed out to pay for that lifestyle, I mean, most people are in that position. So just something for you to consider. Questions give you solutions. And you, everybody on this call, can be somebody's solution. And the greatest solution we can offer somebody with CEO is not reducing their energy costs. It's giving them an opportunity to make money by helping people reduce their energy costs and giving them an opportunity for them to be able to find other people that want to help people reduce their energy costs. So with that being said, we try to limit this to half hour or whatever if possible. Do you guys have any other questions?
I just feel like saying it one more time. Congratulations, Big Will, National Director.
Oh, thanks, Fred. I appreciate that, buddy. You're going to get another ding shortly, probably in the next hour, hour and a half. So, any other?
Congrats,
okay.
Will.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Malcolm. All right, everybody. We'll see you at the top because the bottom's always full. Go out there, start that conversation piece with the nest, because when it comes down to it, there's a tornado already brewing. You can run from it, or you can jump into it. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that tornado that is brewing within CEO is only going to get bigger, and it's full of money. Either you jump in the path of it and come with us, because it's going to happen with us or without us. And thousands of customers are going to be signing into CEO, and thousands of people are going to be getting their nest. The question you have to ask yourself is how many of those accounts are going to be from you and your team, and how many teammates can you wrap up into that tornado to go out there and build it. And I think that, frankly, that we can build this beyond an F5 tornado or F5 hurricane. What if we made it an F100? I mean, this is unbelievable opportunity. I've never been more excited ever in the history of CEO to be a part of this company with everything that we have going on, and you all have just as big of an opportunity as I do and as Nate does. So for all of you, you need help from either one of us, let us know. We'll do whatever we can to help you succeed and help bring you to the top. So talk to you soon. You guys have a great afternoon.